Hey guys, and welcome to a new build review. Today we're looking at the build that has the highest win rate at the moment on sites like OPGG and lowskill.com. I've been trying out a lot of builds like a hybrid build or tanky build or full AD builds, and this is the one that I've been most comfortable with as well. We're not going to be talking too much about the gameplay aspect because that hasn't really changed from any of my other guides, so if you want more of that, then feel free to check out my last videos on, for example, the support, or the PBE one is still relevant as well. Let's shortly talk about the gameplay playstyle that you have to have with this build and then go over to reviewing the build itself. So the kind of playstyle when having like the 3 core items is that you just have to jump behind people and hope that you either one-shot them or kite them around or assist your teammates on snowballing. And I really like this kind of playstyle. Pinkwad will have a really great time because now his kind of playstyle is really meta. Other than that, the only thing is that now in team fights you can be quite useful with your ult explosion and the massive fear, and also just the small boxes doing a lot of damage in there. You still have to set up team fights with your boxes and little skirmishes, just basic SHACO stuff. But now that that's covered, let's go over to the build. We're starting with Hunter's Machete and a refillable potion as always, and doing the clear on whichever side we want, thinking about what we want to gank. Then when going back, we have some decisions to make. I either go for the Dark Seal here, which gives you more health because your potion gets 10% more, and it's just nice if you have a passive playstyle where you just get a lot of kill participations with SHACO. Another option could be getting Tiamat if you feel like you need a lot of clear, but this is like one of the least options that I take when I feel like I really can't gank anything and I just want to farm up. It helps you to get the Raptors real quick and the Crux too. Now for core item, I go for the Runic Echoes enchantment. I either get red or blue smite, but most of the time I get red smite. Blue smite only if the enemy team has a lot of movement abilities, so it helps me to catch them out. After that, I either get a Hextech Gunblade instantly if I'm really ahead and I can just buy it quickly. If not, I get a Hextech Revolver and a Sheen. This is just the way that I'm doing it. The order of this isn't really specified on these sites, so you can do this either way you want. A lot of people probably just build out Hextech Gunblade first, but I love getting the Revolver and the Sheen if I can't get it instantly, because then you have really nice sneaky bursts. Now Hextech Gunblade is really nice for catching out people with the active, then you have really nice sustain, the healing from your explosion and the boxes, and E can be a lifesaver, and the burst that the Revolver gives, as already said, is pretty fantastic. After finishing the Gunblade, then I go for Sheen, as already mentioned, just a nice overall burst item. Before I also went for Gauntlet sometimes, but I feel like the little tankiness isn't worth most of the time, so Sheen is probably the better pick here. After that, I rounded out with Rabadons, which gives you really nice burst, which Rabadons is known for. Now as last items, there's a lot of options you could do. Now the one that has been used the most is Infinity Edge, which gives you a passive, more backstep, and you just get some 80 overall as well, which is nice. It kind of looks strange to put that in the end of all these AP items, but with Gunblade and that, and also later on you'll see on the runes I have some 80 as well, it really adds up together. If you build out Tiamat, I built that out to a Titanic Hydra. You could also build a Ravenous Hydra, but Titanic Hydra in my opinion is way better for burst and also some nice tankiness, but more the burst. Other options could be Zhonya's to buy yourself some time to get Q again, or if the enemies have a lot of CCs like Ash ults that you can maybe dodge, or buy you just some time to get other abilities up. Then you could also get Abyssal Scepter or Void Staff, for obvious reason when the enemies have a lot of magic resist that you have to work through. That's pretty much all I have to say to the build. It's pretty standard AP and it just works nicely now that the Q has AP scaling. I feel like you kinda have to play more supporty than before with the meta build where you went full assassin. SHACO, what I've been doing before SHACO has been reworked, and that was stronger in my opinion, but this is a playstyle that is working nicely as well. I'm trying out a lot of builds on my stream at the moment too, just finding different builds with Blood Razor for example, or Warriors, so if you want to check that out, link is in the description below. I'm always open for some chats and ideas. Moving over to the runes. Here I go for 9 attack damage marks, for better clearing and just overall some attack damage when you kite people around. For seals, I'm going for health per level. Now, a lot of people might disagree here with me, but I don't really take a lot of damage, and now with the new smite where you can heal from other buffs too, not only red buff, I think you can easily take these because it's good against 80 and magic resist. If you don't feel like it, you could also go for armor, of course. Now, for glyphs before, here I went for ability power, but now I've changed my mind and I went with scaling cooldown per level glyphs because I feel like getting my Q more often, and also the passive backstab, which scales with cooldown reduction. I think this is the better thing to pick. I also experiment a lot with putting cooldown reduction in seals or quintessences, but I think this is the best mix-up that I've found yet. Now for quintessences, I just go for 3 ability power to get some burst. I don't think I've mentioned that. Be definitely sure to write your setups in the comments below as well. Now moving over to the last segments, the masteries. Nothing has really changed here. Going for Bounty Hunter in the Ferocity tree to get the most damage that we can get, and going for Thunderlords in the Cunning tree. You could also go for Intelligence in the Cunning tree, but I feel like Precision is just too strong to put away. And if you don't reach the 45, I feel like Intelligence is a little bit of the waste maybe, but I'm gonna experiment with that as well. So this pretty much covers my small little review. I didn't want to make a giant guide over this because it's just a slight different builds that I've already shown before, and playstyle doesn't really change that much. Be sure to tell me everything that is on your mind about this build in the comments below. Also, I would really love if you would give me some suggestions of things that you would like to do more, like montages, more guides, but be specific what kind of guides. Just tell me your ideas in the comments below. I stream a lot of times in the evenings, and I also left my Twitter in the description where I just post random stuff sometimes, so I'd be happy if you would check those out. I hope you're having an amazing day. See ya.
There is nothing to fear.